So you guys are on this tour with two awesome bands.
Yeah.
How's it been going so far?
It's been so much fun so far. The bands are Smidley and Saint Seneca, and two really different sounding bands. It's been fun for us to kind of like create like these touring lineups of different sounding bands that we really like. The shows have been really fun so far, and it's been really cool getting to play new songs as well. So.
Now you guys are, we were just talking about this, you've played like a third of your tour dates and you have a little bit left till like the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So has any, like, I guess, venue or crowd stood out to you so far?
Well, night one was like the day that our album came out. We played in Washington, D.C. and the show was sold out and the crowd was really like energetic and fun. So that was like the perfect way to start off the tour. And then last night we played Austin at the Mohawk, which is one of my favorite venues.
It's a cool venue.
It's awesome, yeah. And,
Austin has really cool venues.
Yeah, and the crowd was just so great and so much fun and so energetic. And I don't know, that last night felt really, really great. So, but there's a lot more that I'm excited for.
How do you prepare for a tour?
See, I'm in the minority where I'm just as comfortable at home as I am on tour. So I like it no matter what. So I don't have to do a whole lot of like mental preparation, but I just make sure that, you know, we practice and kind of put together a cohesive set list, and that I pack enough clothes and stuff like that.
Let's move on to this new record that you guys just released. How does it finally feel to put out something that you both have been working on so hard? Because it was something that you both recorded on your own. Like, you played all the instruments on your own, you wrote everything on your own. So how does it feel to finally have that out?
It feels amazing. It feels really great, especially because like we've had a lot of positive feedback and people seem to really be liking it, and the songs have been really fun to play live, and it's sort of like they just fit right in with like the set feels cohesive. It doesn't feel like these are old songs and these are new songs. There's like a nice like flow to it where everything feels like, you know, it comes from the same place but at a different point in our lives.
Now that you guys are playing these songs live, is there anything that stands out to you about any particular song that you really like, feel like the audience kind of reciprocates to more or likes more?
Yeah, I mean, there's it's really cool seeing the audience react to the songs that Brianna wrote, because she hasn't written for the band before.
Right.
So it's been just really, really cool to see her get to do that, and you know, people like, you know, jumping up and down or singing along already. Like, the record's only been out for, you know, almost 2 weeks now, and people are already singing along to the songs, which is
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever get taken back by that? You're like, oh, I just put this out and people are already like feeling it and reacting to it.
Like, there are points where like I start thinking about that and how cool and awesome it is, and just like forget to sing or like mess up or something, because it just throws me off. Because it, like, I hope I never take for granted how lucky I am to get to do this for, like, you know, a living. You know?
Right, yeah.
It's so much fun and it's so fulfilling, and I'm just grateful that we get to tour and play music and stuff. Yeah.
This record is a record, which is what I feel like is coming back slowly, but it's surely you guys are bringing it back, and you've always had good records, cohesive records. So in regards to that, how do you go into writing this record? Because I know there was a lot of changes for this.
My personal writing style hasn't really changed too much over the years. So even through the various lineups that we've had, my songs, since I started basically playing drums for the band and kind of filled a couple different roles over the years in the band, I demo all my songs out completely. So I like record drums or use drum machines and then layer everything else on top of it, and sort of like get it to pretty much like a really comfortable spot before we actually start recording it. So this record wasn't really any different for me, except that you know, losing one of the primary songwriters, I felt the need to like make sure that I really stepped it up and wrote more material and felt really strongly about everything, and that, you know, nothing sounded too similar or nothing like our last record, Charmer, we did in less than a week. So everything was just like really crammed into a week. This time around we had a full month. We did 6 hours, or 6 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Wow.
It was very nonstop, but it was like, at the end of the day, we would just be like exhausted, but in the best way. Just like, we did a lot of stuff today.
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
Fulfilled you.
Definitely. Yeah. You know, felt too forced.
Right.
Yeah. The first half, I set a goal that I wanted to write 10 songs that I felt just like really strongly about. And I knew Brianna was going to be writing songs too. The first 5 came pretty quickly, which was great because that never happens. And then I just hit like the worst block. Like I had nothing for like 2 months straight. I was like, well, I'm halfway there, but I just need something to like kind of reset. Tom, who plays in a band called the Menzingers, recommended a book that's like a songwriting, lyric writing, like exercises sort of book, and I tried some of those, and there's like a lot of these like stream of consciousness sort of like writing tricks to kind of get your brain to start thinking about things in a different way and like looking at things in a more like analytical or creative way. And so I started doing that and generated a lot of lyrics through just like random writing exercises. Our last record, Charmer, we did in less than a week, so everything was just like really crammed into a week. This time around we had a full month. We did 6 hours, or 6 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Wow.
It was very nonstop, but it was like at the end of the day we would just be like exhausted, but in the best way. Just like we did a lot of stuff today.
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
Fulfilled you.
Definitely. Yeah. Ultimately, I feel really good about the songs, and
They're
it
definitely.
was a lot of fun.
They're solid songs. They're really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Was there anything in particular that you were listening to when you were developing this record?
Yeah, a lot of David Bazan. Like, my favorite record of all time is In Reverie by Saves the Day, and I always go back to that because there's just so much to it. It's just like lyrically, musically, production wise. I just love it. I never get sick of it. I can always like pull different inspiration from it.
Do you remember the first record that you ever bought?
It was probably the Backstreet Boys or
Backstreet
something.
Boys.
Yeah, I think that's the earliest one I can remember. My cousins had like LimeWire on their computer, so I started like
LimeWire era.
I started like burning CDs like at their house because we didn't have like the internet yet at my house. So
Yeah.
like I would go over there and burn CDs, and one of my older cousins was listening to like Newfound Glory and Blink-182 and stuff like that. So that was sort of my gateway into like out of like radio pop, whatever my mom was listening to in the car, into like pop music.
To what you grew up liking.
Right.
Do you remember the first gig you ever went to?
There was a friend of mine who grew up like right around the corner from me. Her older brothers had a band called Morning Star. It was like a heavy but melodic sort of rock band, and I was probably in like 5th or 6th grade, and she was like her parents were going to see them play, and she was allowed to go, and so I went with them, and I was just like enamored by it. I was like, this is the coolest thing. I want to do that. And then my cousin was playing in a band too, like shortly after that, and I went to see him play, and was just really inspired by it. The first like concert that I went to, I think was actually Weird Al, which is a strange one, but
Yeah, I haven't gotten that one before.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. If you could jam with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be? Just like a jam session.
David Bazan, and he's very much alive. But I just like, I've never heard a song of his that I don't like. I just love his style, like whatever instrument he's playing. I would just love to jam with him.
Jam with them.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you guys want to collaborate with that you haven't thus far, or that you would like to maybe bring on the record for the next record, or play with you live?
I don't know.
You have
we've
to
never,
think about that
Yeah,
one.
we've never had like a guest singer or anything
Right.
on the record. It's always kind of just been us. But I mean, it would be cool. Something to think about for sure.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the people that have supported you, or are gonna jump in the Tiger's Jaw
Yeah.
band now?
I mean, we're just really grateful. This is like a dream job, and it's not always the most glamorous thing, but I love every second of it, and I'm appreciative that we get to travel and people come to see us and listen to our music, and it means the world to us. So we're very grateful for it.
Thank you so much. Make sure that you check out their new album. Bye. From the basement where we